Hi boss, welcome to this instructional video where I'm going to be guiding you with the exact worksheet or guidebook that you have downloaded with the free materials that I share with all my bosses. Now, if you do not know me, hi, I am Sahili and I started freelancing when I was 17 years old, and in the last 5 years, I have made freelancing my full-time career. I made over 20 lakhs in a single year when I was about 21 years old, just as a freelancer, and in the last 3 years combined, just my freelancing income crosses 75 lakhs. All right, and yes, I do pay huge taxes for that, but that's a beautiful problem to have in my opinion. I would rather be worried about paying more in taxes than having less money. And since I have gone through this like years-long journey of freelancing, I know quite a lot of things that can help you stop making the errors that I have made, and this guidebook is going to help you with that. Now, of course, you can just read the guidebook and be done with it, but I'm going to try to give you expert advice on each and every slide, and you'll feel like exactly what my clients feel or my students feel when I deal with them one-on-one, so that I can ensure that you know exactly what I mean when I'm saying certain things within this workbook. So if you are ready, let's get started, boss. Let's open your workbook, and this is the very first page that you're probably gonna see. All right, and this is the cover page. All right, the beginner's guide to freelancing. This guide is for beginners, so if you're someone who has already done freelancing, some of these things may not apply to you, but there might be some things that you actually find valuable, God knows. So keep watching anyway. But this is meant for beginners who know they want to scale to 50K a month, 1 lakh a month, want to make money part-time, full-time, working from home. Basically, people who share my dream. My dream was to be able to choose my own work hours, and while yes, on an average day I work more than someone who does a 9 to 5 probably, I have the freedom to not work for a whole month if I don't want to. In fact, in 2021, when one of my pets died, I took a month-long break. Last year, when my grandfather died, I took another month-long break. Whenever there's a family emergency or something that I genuinely want to enjoy, I know that I can take breaks, I can pause my projects. Also, oftentimes I earn 3-4 lakhs in a single month as a freelancer, and that kind of helps me a lot because so many people can just manage a 6 months or so with that kind of money, right? So financially I'm very free as long as my demands are not too much. So if that resonates with you, if you want that kind of a lifestyle where you are financially free, you choose your own work hours and you're basically your own boss, freelancing is the way to go, and I'm going to guide you as a beginner. And the second page basically talks to the person who is watching this. That's you. You probably want to make over 1 lakh per month working from the comfort of your home, because let's face it, commuting sucks. Secondly, if you want to make money with skills you probably might already be good at. We'll talk about that in a while. And basically you want to be your own boss, you want to choose your clients, you want to have your freedom. All right, and in this workbook, in this guidebook, we are gonna choose a profitable freelance niche for you. We are going to understand how to make a portfolio, and we are going to understand how you can actually connect with clients who really pay you. Okay, so let's get started. And the next page is the tutorial page. Let's just ignore that. So the first thing we'll do is understanding what skill set you need. Okay, so you must have heard a lot of jargon around, upskilling, skill set. Go on Coursera, go on for Future Learn. All right, so many sites for upskilling, but what is the minimum skill one needs, and at what point from here I can start, but here I cannot, I need to learn more. So the minimum skill needed is basic English skills, and basic English skills is 7th to 8th grade English. All right, grammatically it doesn't have to be like 100% correct, but 90% legible and correct. Right now I'm speaking in a very communicative manner. This is basically the amount of English that you need to know. It doesn't have to be like Shakespearean or Shashi Tharoorian, but it needs to be legit English language. All right, now with basic English skills you can get started somewhere. You can become a content writer, or you can, if you have any other skill, you can start talking to clients about it. All right, but if your English skills are not fine, if your English is really bad, okay, I'm not talking about just a couple of typos or a few grammatical errors, I'm talking about someone whose English is like really bad, they are not the person I can help, because I focus on serving global clienteles. All right, and global clients, obviously they speak in English. Okay, of course if you learn Spanish or Mandarin, that's another thing, but majority of the clients I have served or I try to help my students work with will speak English. And while they do not judge you for the accent, which I thought they did when I was getting started, they would of course need like something they can understand. Okay, so as long as your basic English skills are sorted, you have some places to get started with at least. Okay. The second thing you will do is understanding what skills you already have. Okay, otherwise everyone would have become a content writer, right? But no, we have all types of students in our academy, from writing to marketing to web designing to consulting. So first thing you think of is, what are your natural skills? What are the things you're naturally good at? Okay, you might be naturally good at speaking, you might be naturally good at writing. Okay, make a list of those. Secondly, what are your acquired skills? That is, skills you learned maybe in school, in college, or maybe because you had it at a past job that you had to learn it. For example, naturally I'm not good at designing, but years of work has made me moderately decent at designing, I would say. So yeah, that's an acquired skill I have. So even if I really want, I can probably try freelancing as a designer. It won't give me a joy, that's why I don't do it. But I know lots about designing, and at least much more than an average business owner who might need my help. Third, what are your past results or achievements? Sometimes we personally feel that we are not good at writing. We personally feel that we are not good at designing. But if you have won awards in writing or designing or coding or any other skill set that is a payable or employable skill set, that's actually good enough to give you a signal that this might be the freelance field you should go to. Okay, and lastly, you have to sit down and evaluate which of your skills have demand in the market. Now, of course, how would you know what has demand in the market? I have made a quick list of some popular freelance niches. We have students from almost all these niches from this page, so I can assure you that these are in-demand industries that you can definitely get clients in. Alright, so these include content writing, basically writing content, copywriting, writing for sales pages, emails, and basically for the sales purpose, okay, which is in line with content writing. A lot of people do both content and copywriting together. Graphic design, UI UX design, website development. I personally have the least amount of first-hand experience in these because these are not my primary skill sets, but we have many students in the academy in the graphic design and web development area for sure. So I can assure you there's a huge demand. And I had a friend who was a prolific freelancer in UI UX design. He used to make like 200K a year, 200K USD by the way. So that's over 1.5 crores. Alright. And while it was a little hard to get into, once they got in, there was no stopping him. Social media marketing, digital marketing, these are spaces I'm very good at. These are spaces where I can definitely aid you the best in. Video editing, we have a student from the academy, I think 5 or 6 students making a huge amount of money as a video editor, and 2 of them I can remember right now are Kunal and Krishna Priya. They both start with K. Wow, amazing. But video editing is definitely a skill that can be highly paid should you know what type of clients to target. Okay, virtual assisting, another really amazing skill set. I do not recommend this for beginners, the only reason being that virtual assistants are asked to do a lot, and sometimes the skill sets won't match up. Right, for context, let's say you decide to freelance as a social media manager. A business owner is looking for a manager. They talk to you, you're like, oh, I offer social media management for Facebook and Instagram, and they're like, I need Facebook, Instagram and Pinterest. Okay, the discrepancy won't be very high, chances are they'll still hire you. Or there's many people looking for just Instagram, just Facebook, so the matches would be better. Someone looking for a virtual assistant usually has at least 10 demands they will have from the virtual assistant. Okay, and your skill set may only measure up to 5 of them, and even if you have like 20 skills, they might just not match up with all 10 of them. Like they might have 5 things that are out of those 20 things you have. Alright, so the chances of discrepancy become very high in virtual assistants. So that's why I don't recommend it for beginners per se, but it's definitely a good industry to go into if you like doing like hands-on work all the time. There's sales and closing. Basically, you work for high ticket clients to do their sales and do their closes. I do not have any student in this industry. This is the only industry I personally have never coached anyone in. I do know people who are my friends though who are in the closing industry, but it's significantly a harder industry to get into because you need like people in 7 figures, 8 figures range to just get your foot in the door. But this industry definitely exists. And then there is coaching and there's consulting. Both of these industries are similar, but if you have a look at my consulting masterclass, you'll understand how they are very different from each other as well. Okay, just on the surface level, a coach tries to delve deeper into your problems, okay, and a consultant gives you the solution. For example, let's say your main problem is that you do not get clients or you're not being able to make money. A coach will ask you, okay, but why do you think you're not being able to do this? And you will give me the answer. You will tell me why you think you're failing from your perspective. But a consultant would ask you, okay, what are you doing? And then they will suggest you what is the best action plan now to get the results. Consultants are more result focused in the moment, and coaches are more result focused in like long-term view. Okay, nothing wrong with either, but these are very different business models. Okay, and a quick note that these are just broad listings, like a broad list of services people offer. There are hundreds of niches under each and every one of these. Okay, under social media marketing, there are Instagram experts, there are Facebook ads managers. Alright, so there are so many industries just under these, so it's not possible for me to list like hundreds of them down now. But these will give you a big idea of what the world, what the industries, what the freelance industry itself is like. Okay, these are just some popular freelance niches I have worked in, or I have got clients, or I've got students, or I have friends working in. That's why I really wanted to give you a full view of this. Okay, should you find anything outside this, that's also legit, but I'm 100% sure that there's not a lot of industries that are booming apart from these skill sets. Now let's talk about, once you finalize that I want to do this, how do you learn the skill? Like, so let's say you decide that you want to do marketing. All right, how do you like learn marketing now? Because you probably did not have that in your course curriculum. All right, we know for a fact that in school we are taught everything according to the syllabus, and we are also taught how to completely hate ourselves sometimes. So my favorite resources of learning are a combination of both free and paid resources. And I'm going to guide you on what will be a better fit for you, and I hope that this helps you. Now first, let's talk about free resources. And I'm a firm believer in the fact that if anyone wants to learn a skill, then free resources are definitely enough, because no matter what skill something is, it's available for free on the internet. Okay, let's talk about dancing, right? You can learn any type of dance online, okay, but what you won't get is probably someone correcting your form, someone keeping you accountable and all of that. Okay, but the learning skill part you can get online. Okay, so there's thousands of free courses on websites like Coursera, edX. There's many good resources on YouTube itself. My personal favorite for the marketing genre especially is HubSpot. Okay, Future Learn for business fundamentals, anything that's a part of a business that you want to aid. Okay, these free resources themselves have helped me reach 25,000 a month. Okay, after that I invested in a paid resource because I knew that I can't afford to like keep figuring things out myself, because it took me 2 years to get to 25,000 per month. Okay, after that, after I invested in a course, it took me like 3 months to get to 1 lakh. Alright, so you can see the difference. Okay, but it's not like you won't get anywhere with free resources. Okay, let's say you don't have money, let's say your parents are the only resource that you have for investing, you don't have any savings, you cannot fall back on anyone. Don't pay anyone, don't invest in paid resources. You do free stuff, you make money with that, and then you pay. Alright, if you are watching this, I know that you have the dedication that you will make it work. Okay, so use free resources in this case. Okay, and you might be wondering that, okay, if Sahili is saying that everything is available for free, why should we even pay for resources? Okay, because free resources take a lot of time. There's thousands and thousands of free resources. You'll have to go through them all. You'll have to do trial and error. But if you go for a paid resource, you'll get a mentor, or you'll get course materials with a guidance on what exactly to do. And when that doesn't work, you'll be given more strategies for sure. But you'll have a path to work on instead of like 30 different paths that you can take with free resources. Okay, so this roadmap is what you usually pay for, kind of combined with the regular assistance whenever you get stuck. Okay, I still remember I enrolled myself in a skill-based course of marketing. The only reason being that when I was doing campaigns, I wanted regular feedback, and that I won't get from like free resources for sure. People doing these are very busy. So that's the main reason I invested. So I knew the reason why I invested. Majority of people who invest in Freelance 101 Academy invest because they know the skills, they know the basics, but they're still unable to get clients because they're not accountable, they're making mistakes in their journey. So they know their reasons. whenever someone joins the academy without knowing their reasons, they get very confused. It takes them longer. Okay, so before even investing in a paid resource, make sure you have a full idea of what you want, what are you looking for, and then inquire with the course creator if this can help you, or if you will be benefiting from the course itself. Okay, paid courses are very good provided you invest in the right resource. Do not cheap out when it comes to paid resources. Do not buy like 500 rupee courses, 1000 rupee courses. In my experience, they are a waste of money. They usually give you like this little information, and you're probably getting more than that in this video itself. And after that information, they pitch you to buy a product. So already you've bought something, and now they're asking you to buy something even more high priced. So the sum is the same, except that you wasted even more money. Okay, and it might be a small amount of money, but it's never worth it. It's much better to invest in high quality resources. Almost all the courses I've invested in were in the 30 to 40,000 rupees range. Okay, and they have changed my life. Contrasted to that, any resource that was 1,000 to 2,000 rupees was rarely worth it. Okay, so if you want to go for paid resources, go for it, but with proper understanding of where you're getting into, and make sure that you are actually going to invest energy on this. Because it doesn't really matter whether the resource you're resorting to is free or paid, because resources don't do the work. You do the work, and you will make the most out of resources. The fact that I made 25,000 out of free resources is simply my resourcefulness, and definitely the person who taught me them as well. But majorly it's my resourcefulness. Same for paid resources. Anyone in our academy who's making like 1 lakh, I have a student making 7.5 lakhs in like 6 months. That is her doing the work. Probably my guidance helped, but it's she who made the course content that resourceful. I'm pretty sure there are students who have not made 7.5 lakhs. Okay, so it's not the course that makes a difference, or not the resource that makes the difference. It can definitely guide people, but it's the people who watch it or consume it at the end who make the difference, and I'm pretty sure you can. Okay, now the next thing you need is to get results. When you decide that this is the skill I want to go for, you need to find some results of that skill to put in your portfolio. So if you're a content writer, your result would be an article you've written. If you're a copywriter, it would be a good piece of copy. In this resource file, you'll also find some more samples. You will find some examples of how much time each sample making or each type of portfolio making takes. For example, a web development portfolio takes month or months to create, but a content writing portfolio shouldn't even take a week. Okay, it's generally due to the nature of the work. Okay, so portfolio, I have a detailed video on portfolio, and I'm not going to go over this in this video. You can check that video out if you want. It's also linked in the guidebook, but the guidebook page 11 includes a good breakdown of all the elements in a portfolio, and on page 12 you'll also get some samples of content writing, copywriting, graphic designing portfolios. Let me know if there's a portfolio type I missed. I can add some, but these are largely the kind of portfolios we get asked to see. And next, we come down to getting your clients. Now, what is the kind of client you want? Who is the ideal client? What is their occupation? What are their interests and hobbies? Why would they even be looking for your skill set? A lot of times I have students coming to me and telling me, oh, I want to serve like 6-figure business owners, and I'm not finding them. No one's responding to me. And my first question is that, do you even know like how many businesses reach 6 figures in their business? It's like roughly 2 to 3% of all businesses reach 6 figures USD. Okay, especially if they're from India. So you're already targeting a much smaller audience. So you can't be talking to all business owners, which is hundreds of business owners, whereas just 2 or 3 of them can actually afford you. All right. So know the numbers, know the kind of industry you want to serve. Okay. On the next page, you will find all the platforms that you can use to get clients, and my personal favorites are Facebook and LinkedIn. All right. Instagram as well for certain niches, but mainly Facebook, and it's followed by LinkedIn. And to find work, you can do any of these things. 1, join job groups on Facebook, content writing jobs, marketing jobs, web development jobs. These groups don't have the best jobs, but they are good to get your foot in the door, get started. Secondly, finding direct job posts and applying to them. Alright, you can find them on any social media platform with hashtag hiring or I'm hiring. Search for the term hiring and your keyword, that is content writing, web development, graphic designing. 3, reach out to people you personally think you can help with your services. If you're a video editor, reach out to influencers who are making lots of reels these days. Alright, they might need a video editor. always provide your portfolio or website link when you're applying for work. Don't be like, oh, I want work and that's it. All right. It sounds so basic, but whenever we are looking to hire, we get at least a few dozen people saying that I want to work, and half of them don't even have any attached portfolio. Okay. Don't be that person. You're not even going to get a response. Follow up on applications. If someone doesn't respond, 3 and 7 days after the application, follow up. Sometimes they might have not have had you as their first choice, but let's say the person they chose didn't work out, definitely they are going to revert this time. So keep following up, and finally try to get on a call with them so that you can finalize the deal. Deals work much better on calls as a freelancer than on text. Now, a quick roadmap, a quick overview. You must create your portfolio, you must find clients, you must deliver results, then you take testimonials from the people you deliver results to, and then you keep learning more. Okay, that is the full overview of freelancing for you beginners. Now, if you want to get all the details of each and every step, it's definitely impossible to do that in just a single video, and that's exactly why I created Freelance 101 Academy, which is a full-fledged course with 5 modules. Each module has 5-6 lessons, and it kind of breaks down the whole process of freelancing. If you want to get paid for your skills, this is the course you should be in. So you can find it out in the links attached in the workbook, and I highly encourage you to check it out if you want. We make sure that if you join the academy, you make money, stay accountable to us. A lot of people ask us, is it a skill building academy? Well, the first answer is that it's not focused on skill building, because skill building is free online. All right, but we do guide you in building the most effective skills for you. We try to help you as much as we can in the skill building procedure as well. In fact, there are some skill based courses or master classes within our academy for copywriters, social media managers, consultants, content writers, etc. So you get as many materials as possible for skill building as well, and anything that is not under my expertise, I know exactly where to point you to. So you don't have to invest anywhere else unless you really want to for the skill building part. The part I focus on is getting clients, getting paid, because in my journey as a freelancer, I would see so many people with lots of skills, because skills are so easy to acquire anyway, but they have never worked with a client. And as long as you're not paid for a skill, what's the point of the skill? So that's why I made Freelance 101 Academy, so that people get paid for their skill. Okay, it's not just about having the skill, right? Most people have at least some sort of skill they can get paid for, but they don't know how to monetize it. So that's how we help you. There's core course content that is easily accessible to you, and you can go at your own pace. It just needs like 1 or 2 hours a day max for you to make money. And if you want to do it full time, good for you. But even if you want to do it part time, we have many part time students with their jobs, with their classes, managing freelancing, and some of them even making over 50,000 a month. And if you are hesitating because you're not sure if this will work out for you, if you get stuck or something, well, if you're stuck, you have a Facebook group to report to us each and every day. We'll help you out there. Every Saturday, I meet you all and talk to you about your problems, solve your problems, and I do not leave my live calls unless each and every question is answered. And the best part about Freelance 101 Academy is that after a certain amount of time, if you still do not get clients, we start giving extra attention to you. Okay, all you need to do is just you need to tell us that, hey, I'm still struggling, and we start giving extra attention, because not everyone is built the same way. Some students get their first client in a day, some get them in a week, and some take a month to get the client. But after a month, that's when I start getting worried, and I tell students that, hey, if you've not got a single client in a month, talk to me, talk to my team, and we'll solve it for you. So all of that is going to be taken care of. So my guarantee to you is that if you join Freelance 101 Academy, if you're accountable, if you take full responsibility and communicate with us regularly, we will help you make money. So make sure that you check it out. And yes, all the links will be there, and doesn't matter whether you decided to join us inside or not. Make sure that you keep following me on my socials for amazing free content. My goal has been to help more people make money as freelancers, so that eventually they can become my clients for my marketing agency. So definitely I'm committed to your growth. It doesn't matter whether you're a student or not. Just make sure that you let me know of your needs, and I'll try to make specific contents for the same. And yes, I hope that you enjoyed this resource. It took me a month to create this in the best possible manner, so that, because it's not possible to put down hours of materials into like just a workbook, but I still wanted to make it worthwhile for you. So let me know if I was successful. Please tag me if you watched this video. I'll pose also, because some of you just take really bad pictures of me. All right, and I'll probably see you in some other resource very soon. I'll be writing to you with my mails with templates and where to get clients each and every month. So make sure that you have moved my mails to primary. And yes, with that, I'll leave you. I hope that you had fun. Bye bye, and have a good night or good morning or wherever you're watching this. Make sure that you have a good day ahead, because if you don't have a good day now, I'll feel bad that it's because of me. Oh, this is so awkward. Like, endings are so awkward.